loyalty to Him. That must be first in everything, or we create a family full of Pharisees, a church full of Pharisees, and a lot of people emphasizing and talking about things that just aren't that important. Is it important to dress decently? Absolutely. Absolutely. But from where should that come? We should have the wisdom of Scripture to guard us in this, because we live in a culture that doesn't even know how to spell the word decency or modesty. But it flows from the fact of what? That Christ died for me. Do we want young men to act like young men and young ladies to act like young ladies? And do we go to the Scriptures in order to discover what that's like? Absolutely. But it's not about that primarily. It's about Jesus Christ and His gospel. And that's what Paul is getting at here for all of us, is let's not ever be distracted from what is the corpus, what is the main, what is the core, what is the foundation of our Christian life. I remember one time sitting down after I had preached at a conference. We went out to eat, and with some very strict men, very strict theology, very strict behavior, all sorts of, they were strict. And I remember this young guy comes walking up to us. He was our waiter. And I mean, he had more bracelets on than my wife has ever even owned. He had blonde hair with flippy little things and all sorts of weird glasses on. And I mean, he was something. All right? He saw my Bible. And he walks up, he's got our water, and he walks up and he sees my Bible. And he goes, Dude, you got a Bible. I go, yeah, I do. He goes, cool. He goes, I got one of them. I go, great. And I looked at the faces of those men. They were mad. They were just mad. They were probably thinking, yeah, I bet it's one of those liberal translations. Something, And I said, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, I was seeking and I was seeking and I was seeking and I was seeking for God, and I found Him. And I saw those theologians just going, I could just see them. I could just see their wheels are turning. You weren't seeking for God. No man seeks for God. I go, really? You seeking for Him? Yeah. You found Him? Yeah. Good news. And he starts telling me all this stuff, kind of a little bit more than you'd want to know, about his past life and everything else. And he walks away to get our meal. And I look back at those men and I said, you know what? It's better to have it and not know what to call it than to know what to call it and not have it. God's done something in that young man's life. The most important thing that could be done, God has done in his life. Yes, he's probably not had a father. Yes, he's so given over to so many things that he doesn't even understand. But look, I don't want to be offensive, but I said, men, he's not living with his girlfriend anymore, is he? He's recognizing some things here. What did that? The gospel did it. Now let's come along and help this guy and try not to mess him up with all our little emphasis that are not emphasis. Let's try to help him, love him. Let's gospelize him. Gospelize him. Teach him more and more of the gospel. Yes, we're going to talk to him about the law. We're going to talk about manhood. We're going to talk to him about family. We're going to talk to him all those things. But those things, correctly lived out, are only results of having understood the gospel of Jesus Christ.